So, a significant turning point in my career, I think, would be when I got my storefront in Oak Brook. After the intense situation in the salon suites, I was able to get a storefront. It was very challenging. It was not easy. I always talk about how I have an 81-page lease. My ex, who had nothing to do with my business, was like forced to be on the lease with me because this company didn't really believe in the financials that we had. And, my business being so young, only 2.5 years old. Um, so that was kind of challenging, but it was a big turning point because when I started my business, I simply just wanted to make a little bit of money so I can hang out with my dogs and be a wife, and help with the bills. I always thought that I had to bring a lot to the table, like take care of my home, take care of my animals, take care of myself, take care of my ex partner, and also create, like, bring some income to the house to alleviate any stress or pressure and pay for my stuff. So the fact that I was looking at storefronts or getting a storefront was like a huge thing. It's like, wow, from a girl that was like a waitress and like went to like 6 or 7 community colleges and moved around the country for my ex's job that was in corporate, that was like the showstopper. Like that person was like the one with the big career. And I was just kind of like the housewife that like took care of everything like behind the scenes. Having a storefront, it was like, wow, like you kind of made it. Like, especially in Oak Brook, like 100,000 cars pass 83 every day. Like the name that I created on social media is like on like display for all these people to see. Like that was a big deal to me. On top of that, I would say having my own product line. During COVID, I started the product line and I got into skincare because everyone was breaking out and I was teaching all my clients about how to wash their face and all those things. So all these like moments in my life kind of, you know, gave me this new perspective, this new thing that now became like who I am. Like I am my brand. Like I'm obviously wearing it. I try to be like what glow up means. So yeah, so I feel like the storefront definitely was the beginning to a lot of things. I felt like before when I started my business, people would always say, "Oh, how's your little business going?" And I was like, well, I was able to quit my other job and now I employ like 6 to 7 people and I have a couple contract employees and I built this beautiful salon where people can come and feel beautiful and hang out if they want. And other hairstylists, estheticians, they started their business inside of my business. So it really turned into something much more than just Nicole spray tanning people in her basement. So I would say that is definitely the pivotal moment of my life, to be honest, was my storefront. With the storefront, there are things that come with it, like higher cost of things, insurance, different rules that I have to follow with like fire department and even the city, like the signage, like it has to have a certain height and lights so you could see it from the street. Like I learned so much about business by starting my own business. I hired like the best accounting company. I had an attorney that had to read through 81 pages of my lease. My first lease was 1 page, back to double sided. My second lease was 81 pages. I had to put my house as collateral. I had to have my ex husband be on the lease. So it was very interesting. Like, I didn't go to business school, I was just a natural born hustler that was very motivated and dedicated. And now I have a storefront and now I have all these really big responsibilities and I'm locked into like 5 years of making this happen. So it's funny. I used to be very nervous about a rent in a salon suite. And now I have like storefront rent. Like that's way more expensive, way more, um, a lot more skin in the game. So yeah, so that was a big thing for me. Something that I love most about my business is one, that I get to call the shots. I was a waitress for many years. I worked for some amazing companies. I learned a lot. I think everyone should work in that industry. I think you're able to connect with everyone. You're able to see, like, okay, does this person want to talk or does this person just want to get in and get out? So I think being able to apply all the things that I have experienced in my life and my business is probably one of the greatest things about, working for yourself. I also get to have like creative freedom, which I am definitely a creative. I'm a makeup artist, an esthetician. I love fashion. I love interior design. I've done 2 build outs in my salon. I built 2 homes. Like, I love all things design. So being able to just be like, okay, this is my place. I get to do whatever I want, create hats, shirts, whatever, you name it. So that's really fun. I get to connect with other amazing clients, and maybe some clients that aren't amazing at first, but become like almost like family, or at least close friends. So that's something that is really magical about this whole process. I also feel like I've been able to have a platform that I probably wouldn't have if I just worked in like a 9 to 5 job, or if I was still a waitress. Like, I have a platform. I'm able to say a lot of things that I want to say. And sometimes it's not always, kosher. Like, even, about like personal relationships, or, friendships or whatever. Like, I don't have a boss that's going to like penalize me. It does, it could be, I can be penalized by people not coming to me anymore, or, bad reviews. But I would say for the most part, I'm able to connect with like minded people. And I think that's like the most important part about life. Like, what are we here for? Like, are we here to make money? Are we here to create beautiful spaces? Like, what is our purpose? And I feel like my purpose is truly to connect with people and try to make their day, I don't know, better in 15 minutes than it was before they came in. So whether that's making them laugh, making them smile, making them feel good about their body, having them relate to something that I've gone through, that they're going through right now, being an ear, just listening to them. So it's all about connecting with my clients. I love that. Different vendors, being creative, throwing events, so fun. Not everyone gets to do that. My day every single day is different. I mean, today I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing a podcast later today. Then I'm getting my brows done. I was working on clients earlier. Like, it's a full day. It's chaotic, but it's fun to me. I'm not someone that could just sit and do the same thing every day. It's just not in my nature. What keeps me motivated in my business and in life? I would say, one, my dogs. Everyone knows that those are like my children. So I know it sounds silly. Like, some people are like, "Oh, I do this for my kids. Like, I need to feed my kids." I do this because I want to spend time with my animals. I actually donate to a lot of different animal charities in different places, and I'm very thankful that I'm able to create an income where I can be flexible. I can run home or bring my dogs to the salon and just have this like nice warm feeling that like everything I want to be doing and all the things that I want around me are around me. Um Also, like, I'm able to give money to people that care about animals, and I don't have to worry, like, can I pay the light bill, or can I feed these dogs in Brazil? Which many of you guys know who I'm talking about. But I'm able to do both, which is amazing. And I feel very blessed for that. Um, Also, what keeps me motivated is people do rely on me. I have employees, I have people that pay their rent because of me. I have people that they're able to send their kids to private school because they are, bringing in some income. I am teaching young girls how to make money for themselves, whether it's, they want to get married and start a family and have something on the side, or they never want to get married and they want to just like take this to the next level and maybe go back to school, or maybe don't go to school at all and just work for me and grow the brand and kind of become like almost like a founder. So I think that is something that I think about every day. And a lot of times when I'm tired, or, I went through a very public divorce and I'm going through a custody battle for my French bulldogs, which many of you guys know about. Um, I keep going because I know that a lot of people rely on me. And I mean, whether I like it or not, there's going to be another day. So I can stay in bed and cry and pout and whatever, but tomorrow's going to happen no matter what. So you got to keep it moving. So you either make it the best that you can or sulk and be miserable. So that's what keeps me motivated. It's a combination of many things, but definitely on top of that, my clients. I'm motivated by them, and I think we play off of each other. I feel like I need to see them and they need to see me. It's like our little 15-minute therapy session. So that's what keeps me motivated. So a couple of important lessons I've learned along the way. I would say don't be so trusting. Don't give all your information to people. Be guarded. Don't say yes to everything. You have to create boundaries for yourself and for others, and do things that make you happy. Does doing a mobile at 10 p.m. in a sketchy neighborhood make you happy for like $50? No. Okay, so don't do it. Does doing a mobile in the North Shore at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when you're already dead in the salon and you're ready to take a drive? Sure, it does make me happy. What else do I have going on? So I'm going to do that. So I think just learning like when to say yes to things and when to say no. Definitely creating boundaries for yourself and for clients and for employees. For people that have followed me, you have seen the ups and downs. It's it's not just to me. It happens in our industry. People usually tend to stay with the company for 1 to 3 years. It's a very natural thing. What I realize is not everyone is going to be as gracious as you are. You can give people information, knowledge, money, opportunity, trips, whatever, you name it, support, insurance, all the things, and it's still not enough. So don't take it personal. It's something with them, it's not you. And you just have to keep it moving and try not to get hard. Like, don't let your heart be hardened. So I learned that someone could screw you over, but that doesn't mean the next person's going to. Or that doesn't mean that that's not going to happen 10 more times in a row until you find someone good. So that's a lesson. Take it or leave it. But yeah, I also think many people in our industry think like don't help others in your field, or if this person doesn't work with that one for this particular reason, you shouldn't either. No. One, I don't believe in competition. I think that if a client comes to you for a spray tan but goes to someone else for makeup, even though you do makeup, that's okay. Maybe you're closer or maybe they like their technique a little bit better, or maybe you weren't available. There's many reasons for things. So like, don't be so like in your feelings about these things. I feel like that's like a really big lesson. Like, it's not personal. Things are not always personal. When it comes to managing people, something I learned, and this one is hard for me and I still work on this, is I might say something and I think someone understands what I want from them, but they have no idea what I'm talking about, or I expect something to be done a certain way and they do it like a whole different way. And instead of being like mad at them, try to like understand, like come to a place of understanding, like, oh, okay, you did this way. Like, use your communication skills. Like, okay, I see you did something this way. Why? And maybe we'll have you do it this way next time. Or be open. Like, maybe this way works, you never know. So I think just being open, having better communication, not freaking out on people. I think as an owner and a type A person, You can be very anal, especially when like your whole life savings is on the line. You're like, okay, you guys better get this right because, it's going to be a problem if you don't. People don't react well to that. People don't like that. People don't like to be yelled at. I've learned as I've grown, like I come to people, I pull them to the side and I say, hey, you're not in trouble, especially the young ones. Like, I just want you to become the best. And this is how we need this done today. So if you think you can handle it, let me know. If you can't, let's figure this out. So give people a clear expectations and what's expected of them and what you expect from like, your standards. Like we have high standards. I have high standards for myself and for the people around me. So, I expect that from you. And if you can't do it, that's okay. But maybe you shouldn't be working for us. Maybe we could just be friends, or maybe you could be our client. I see this a lot with my younger employees, and especially with young people that come in, because I feel like this was me. When I was younger, a very huge insecurity of mine was knowing what I wanted to do when I was older. I had no idea. I felt like, I don't know, maybe I've just been a realist since I was a kid. But when I heard other high schoolers say, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm like, how do you know? You're like 17. Like, what do you know about life? And I just didn't think it was a valid question. People would always ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I'm like, okay, well, I'm 35. I don't even know what I want to be when I grow up. So how do you expect a 17-year-old that pays no bills, that knows nothing about the world? Like, that just doesn't make sense. So I just didn't really ever like that question. And then as I got older, it made me insecure because then I'm literally seeing other people so convicted, like, no, I'm going to be this. I'm like, wait, you really know? Like I thought it was a stupid question. Over time, I started realizing like, okay, I think I want to own my own business. I just don't know what. So I think for me that was something that I was really insecure about, and I see it in my clients, my younger clients, and then in some of my employees. Like they feel the same way, and I try to tell them like, hey, we don't have it figured out. You're not going to have it figured out. And just because you don't know at 21 or 20, that doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. Um, you could pivot, you can think you know it all and become a doctor, and you can get hit by a bus and you won't be able to use your limbs. So there's a lot of things like you can be so like, okay, I have this plan, but life does not always go as planned. So